Good afternoon. This is Kara with the Ministry of Uncovering No More. I'm going to address something that is a political vicious cycle in the United States of America. I am not entirely sure whether it is only the United States that is dealing with this, but I've been watching this since I was a young child, and I'm about to be 55, so that's some years. And I would support different ones, males. I was in the Christian church, so that's what you do. Different bandwagons. Everybody gets butthurt, walks off. We would help as they came along. Help different ones. And then we had some things in our family, my mother's family, that needed quite a lot of help. See, all of these people that I'm talking about have their bills paid. And what the cycle is an obvious human rights violation, excuses, and nothing to fix it. Over and over and over again. Immigration is such a mess in the United States of America that there's no way to understand what it needs for solving. Right now, I think we're just trying not to have a major human rights crises continue to evolve from what's going on. Because no matter what you tell Central America, they're going to still come over here and give it a shot because they can. We don't want to go over there. Their countries are a mess in some cases, in other cases not. I don't even know how Central and South America work, and I don't largely care. I do care about America, but I live here. Hopefully they feel the same way. I don't, we want to get along with our borders. I know that the drug problems are there. I know all that's there. I'm not talking about that because the drug problems are a whole nother vicious cycle of messiness. I just had a couple of people, one on Twitter that I watch, who's been on television and whatnot, and one close up, kids in cages. Well, I looked it up. No, that's not what's happening with Biden and the children that are at the border. And then here's the thing. And then at least the one close up wants to tell me how good Trump was. But the problem with Trump is simple. He's positive towards pedophilia, whether he was president or not. He's a terrible businessman, whether he was president or not. He has rich friends, whether he was president or not. And he's very verbally abusive, not to mention the fact, physically abusive as far as, saying things on television, as far as being able to touch up women's pussy, right? And he has a right to do it because why? He owns this or that. Like as if we're just sex slaves, which is basically what these white men do, I'm now veering over into Epstein's situation. Nobody wanted Epstein to testify. They want to be able to have girls and boys at whatever age they want them, and that's bullshit. fairly good upbringing, even strict Christian, and they still waking up, having a hard time understanding what the issues are. I would too if I were them. I'm still grappling with how do you even discuss this stuff. It's so far and wide, weird and wrong, and then correct, and all at the same time. But push come to shove, I don't want to hear about Donald Trump. He beat on a lot of people verbally on television. That in and of itself is wrong as the President of the United States. He took the presidency of the United States even farther down into the gutter. Okay? So I don't want him lifted up in any way, shape, or form. Did he do some things that were probably good? Probably. There's probably some areas where he actually he helped with some improvement. I don't know whether immigration was that or not. I don't know. I don't keep up with this shit. I don't think any kids should be in chain link fences or parents. I did read a little bit after somebody started in on me again, trolling. And no, they're not rebuilding the wall, and they are dealing with some pretty sticky situations because there's some teens and preteens pouring into the country again. Okay? And so, where are the answers to this? There aren't any. There aren't any. I think, do they need to stop people coming over the border? Well, I think so, but I also think that they should be able to, if they're gonna work and be a part of the country, then they should be able to get their citizenship and not take advantage of the system the way that they're being allowed to do, because we are kind-hearted people. See, in America we're kind-hearted, but the Republicans are not kind-hearted. They have turned into pure, unadulterated, literally wickedness. So do not give me rhetorical bullshit. These cycles need to be broken out of. I have been saying that as a public person who has blogs and social media, and I'm responsible with this stuff for years. I'm just about to have to put another blog article about a woman's right to abortion on uncovernomore.blog for one reason, the same cyclical shit, and it is evangelicals. A woman has a horrific true story about being pressured to keep the baby at a crisis pregnancy center, all run by Christians who are militant. See, there are Christians in the United States of America that are militant. I have fellowship with some of these people. I know what I'm talking about. I'm finally free. So, the church I'm kind of starting to have some connections with is a mega church that's fairly healthy. I'm not even going to go into how I know that. I've been working hard too, y'all, but it's a business, and they're treating it justifiably well. They have small groups and stuff. That's a safer bet than these small churches that turn inward and go cultish. And they are cultish from their beginning, and lo and behold, they're trying to, again, they're into legislating what they think is holiness, and it's bullshit. No, it's just all bullshit. Christians, by and large, in the United States of America, and I can't give you any percentages, but they, by and large, do not know what the fuck they're talking about or doing. Now, I am happy for them that they have, like I have had all my life. I've had my bills paid. I've worked my ass off to have my bills paid. We're a single income family, and so that has its challenges and it has its rewards, just like everybody else's lifestyles do. But But here is where what this blog article is going to say, y'all. This blog article is going to say, I know what bipartisan is, and bipartisan ain't cool in the United States of America. We are bipartisan in not dealing with immigration properly. We are bipartisan in letting PACs, billionaires and millionaires, and others get in the way, like Russia, not this last election, but the election before, get in the way. We are bipartisan in misusing social media. We are bipartisan, particularly since there are a large percentage of Americans are quote-unquote Christians, of being asshats. I ain't taking that one. I've been fighting a Christian church since 2008, and I ain't fighting it anymore, but I certainly am not going to stop speaking out. Excuse my dogs. Okay, so that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. We are bipartisan in the wrong shit, America, on a federal level. So let's think about that. And this voter suppression shit needs to go away. But so does immigration issues need to go away. So does controls on women need to go away. Law and order needs to stay. We need a $15 minimum wage. That's the other thing. The filibuster is bipartisan, or it'd be gone by now. You guys like to fight about everything. And you gals. That's all I can say at this point. That's all I can say at this point. Bipartisan is the wrong thing in America. Now, change it. Because guess what? After we vote for y'all, we're kind of powerless, don't you think? And you like it that way. So, I'm not praying for this. I'm not invoking about this. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to put it on a blog, and I'm going to walk off. Because I've been watching this for 54 years, and I believe that there is some voting going on that is better. I believe we have some better people in this time around, and I want to keep that going, and that's what I'm going to speak into, vote for, and keep going with. Because I don't want immigration mess to be bipartisan. I don't want a lack of women's rights to be bipartisan. I do not want pedophilia everywhere to be bipartisan. I do not want coke use to be bipartisan. I do want weed to be taken out of illegality to be bipartisan. There's one. This is simple. Just one. But the rest of it ain't simple and is on the wrong side of bipartisan. Duh. Have a good evening.